hand up, dear.
What?
When you sneeze. It's very common not to put your hand up. You should know that, Sarah.
Yes, Mother, I do know that. But that sneeze crept up on me without any warning. I wasn't expecting it.
Well, Sarah, I think... You didn't put your hand up that time, either. Now, you can't pretend that one crept up on you without warning.
Yes, it did.
Sarah, what was the first sneeze if it wasn't a warning?
Mother...
It should have prepared you for the second one.
Well, it didn't.
I see Clare went in for this gourmet weekend competition.
Of course. When does Clare ever not go in for competitions?
Oh, sounds wonderful. 5-star hotel for 2, different regional French dishes every night.
There. All right, Mother? Put my hand up that time, didn't I?
Yes.
Had a tissue in it, too. Even you can't find fault with that, can you?
Well, maybe not. Mind you, I must say I'm not very keen on tissues.
What?
No, I've always thought an old-fashioned handkerchief was nicer.
Nicer?
Yes, I mean, a handkerchief can be a very attractive accessory. I've never known anyone's appearance be enhanced by a tissue.
Mother, we are not talking about...
You didn't put your hand up again, Sarah, dear. That one creep up on you too, did it?
Yes, it did. And if I had put my hand up, either I'd have stuck a needle up my nose or got your curtains covered in snot.
There's no need to be vulgar, Sarah. I suppose all this is to prepare me for the fact that you're getting a cold.
I think I could be, yes.
Yes, well, you always did make a meal of your colds from a tiny thing. Quite big productions they've always been.
I don't think this is just a cold, actually. I've got a terrible headache and I feel all achy and dizzy.
See what I mean?
Mother, will you...
Hand up, Sarah. No, there've always been 2 sorts of people when it comes to illness. Those who make a great production of it and those who just get on with it.
And which category do you think you fall into, Mother?
Well, I'm surprised you have to ask. The second one, obviously. I mean, have you ever known me to make a fuss about anything? Anyway, dear, you just pamper yourself. I'd go straight to bed if I were you.
Well,
put yourself first for once.
I think I will, actually. I do feel lousy. Oh, sorry. I promised I'd finish these for you tonight, didn't I?
Oh, yes. Yes, that's true. Well, if you could just finish them and then put yourself first, I think that would be best, don't you?
It's illegal, you know, Sarah. Sniffing glue.
Ha ha.
Sorry. Gosh, you look ghastly.
Thanks, Russell. You certainly know how to give a girl a lift.
Why don't you just give up the unequal struggle and go home, hmm?
Have my cold, you mean? Really indulge it?
Yes.
No, I can't. I haven't booked it.
What?
Sorry. It's something Henry and I always used to say. When one of us felt an illness coming on, we'd sit down with the diary and see when we could fit it in. Then if there was a gap in the schedule, we'd book it. Mind you, Henry usually got the best dates.
Oh?
Oh, come on. In every household, there's a pecking order of who's allowed to be ill, and in most cases, the mother comes right down the bottom of the list, somewhere below the goldfish and the gerbils.
Was that true with your mother?
Would you believe it? No. She was right at the top in our household. And when Daddy had the temerity to be ill enough actually to die, she was most affronted. Breach of protocol, you see. She was the one who was allowed to have the illnesses.
Bob has that role in our household. What about Clare? Does she have illnesses?
Oh, yes. Instantly regresses to the age of 5. Wants me to tuck her up in bed and bring out hot lemon and honey and buy her comics.
Comics at her age?
Well, that may have changed. Always used to be Bunty and Beano. Now it's probably Elle and Cosmopolitan.
Not much difference, so far as I'm concerned. Anyway, Sarah, I think you should forget the rest of today and go straight home to bed.
Yes. All right. I'm giving up the unequal struggle.
Good.
You sure you'll be all right here?
Sarah, look at the throngs of panting book lovers. Listen to their voices clamouring for uncut first editions.
All right. I'll go, if you're sure. Anyway, I don't want to give it to you.
Bob's the one who gets colds. Ah. Oh, no. Don't worry. You booked your cold with me.
Thanks. I just hope I booked it with Mother and Clare.
Mummy, I thought I heard you come in.
What are you doing over this time?
Oh, I was feeling ghastly at work, all achy and sort of...
You're getting a cold.
At least.
Yes, well, I'm feeling
I've got this terrible headache and my sinuses feel as though they're stuffed with Brillo pads.
That sounds exactly
There's
the
no
way
way I'm going to make it to work tomorrow.
Oh, Clare, I am sorry. Tomorrow night's Gary's birthday party, isn't it?
Yes, but I can forget that for a start. I feel too rotten to go anywhere.
Too rotten to go on your gourmet weekend if you win it.
Far too rotten. I feel like death.
There must be some bug doing the rounds.
I suppose I
feeling
should take something.
Haven't you got any aspirin?
Yes, but I was thinking of that stuff you used to make me when I was little and I had a cold.
Oh, really?
Well, do you remember? It was freshly squeezed lemon juice with honey and hot water.
Yes, I remember.
So you've got the kettle on?
No, I was just going to fill
Well,
it.
listen, I'm just going to flop into bed, so if you could just bring it up to me.
Just bring it up to you.
Oh, and Mummy, if you're going shopping, do you think you could get me a magazine, Elle Cosmopolitan, something like that?
Why not Bunty or Beano?
Oh, that's a good idea. Yes, please. Oh, and I'm out of tissues.
Sure you wouldn't like some grapes, too?
Oh, that would be nice, thank you. Oh, I do feel dreadful.
Yes, well, Clare, you are not the only
Mummy,
one.
you are good to me. Oh, Mummy,
Yes?
I think I'm old enough to have some whiskey in with that lemon juice now, don't you?
Have a good sleep, Clare. I hope you'll feel better soon. Hope I will, too.
Good afternoon, Sarah, dear.
Hello, Mother.
I just came up to see how you are.
Oh, that's very kind. I feel really terrible.
Oh. Well, if you're putting the kettle on, I'll have a cup of coffee.
No, it's not for coffee, it's for the hot water bottle. I'm going to bed.
Good idea. You pamper yourself, dear.
Thanks.
It'll be no trouble for you to make me a coffee while you're at it.
Fine.
Did I hear Clare's voice up here?
Yes, I just tucked her up in bed. She's got this cold now, too.
Oh, has she? Poor little mite. She must be feeling terrible.
I should think she's feeling exactly the same way I am, Mother.
Oh, no, dear. I mean, you've been as strong as an ox all your life. Clare's always been delicate.
Oh, she hasn't?
Oh, yes, she has. I put it down to the fact that you never made her eat up her spinach when she was tiny.
Mother.
If a girl starts off anemic, she'll always be a sitting duck for germs.
Listen, Mother, the minute that kettle has boiled, I am going to bed.
Oh, very well, dear. So, have you decided what's wrong with you?
I don't know, some virus.
Oh, when I was young, we didn't have viruses.
Yes, of course you did. You just called them something different.
No, viruses were only invented to cover the shortcomings of the medical profession.
What do you mean?
Well, in my young day, if you felt ill, you went to the surgery and the doctor looked at you and said, "You've got scarlet fever," or whatever, and prescribed a course of treatment, this medicine, that medicine, so many days in bed, so many days convalescence.
Well, the doctors weren't always right.
Well, that's not the point. Even if what they said was wrong, at least you knew where you stood. Nowadays, all the doctors are so mimsy-pimsy. You may have this, you may have that. It's probably a virus. Oh, viruses make me sick.
Yes, Mother, that's exactly what they do.
Don't be flippant, Sarah.
All right, Mother. I think you have made your views on the medical profession absolutely clear, and fascinating though they are, I am now going to bed.
But where's my coffee?
Not enough water, but if you want some coffee, you're welcome to refill the kettle and make it yourself.
Oh, thank you.
See you in the morning.
Yes, dear. See you in...
Oh, no.
Do you know, Sarah, dear, I think I'm beginning to get a cold.
Hello, bygone books.
Russell, it's me. Look, I'm sorry.
Don't bother to say it. I know you're not feeling well enough to come in.
Well,
Look, I'm not expecting you till Monday at the earliest, so you can stop apologising. You feeling any better?
Worse, if anything.
You should see a doctor.
I have actually gone to the lengths of booking an appointment at the surgery.
You must be feeling ill.
Going tomorrow morning, when, no doubt, I shall be told I've got a virus. Or if I'm lucky, a community virus.
What's that?
Diagnosis Henry used to use a lot. Basically, it means I haven't a clue what's wrong with you, but there's a lot of it about.
Well, look, you just rest up. Don't worry about coming in.
Oh, sorry, must go.
Someone at the door.
Well, actually, the doorbell isn't the only bell in this house. I'll ring you tomorrow. Bye.
Cheerio.
Coming, Mother. I was on the phone. I'll be with you in a minute, Claire. I just got to see to Granny. Coming, Mother, I'm coming. Bye, Day. 5:30. That's the end of you as far as I'm concerned. Oh. Bed, bed, bed. Wonderful bed. Never get up again. Oh, no.
You haven't got any lights on.
I don't want any lights on. I'm trying.
Having a little nap?
Trying to.
Good idea. You need your rest.
Yes, I do.
I thought I'd just get up for a little while.
Does that mean you're feeling better?
Oh, no, dear. No, by no means. No, it's just that when you get to my age, it doesn't do to stay in the same position for too long. The joints get stiff. Anyway, I thought you might like a little company.
Oh, sweet thought, but that's the last thing I want. All I want is some peace and quiet.
Well, I won't make any noise.
Listen, Mother, all I wanted from today was to stay in bed. But I got up, I got breakfast for you and Claire, I got lunch from you and Claire, I got tea for you and Claire. Haven't I earned a little rest?
Yes, of course, dear. Don't think we don't appreciate what you're doing for us, but Clare and I are not well, you know.
You've both got colds.
Yes, well, let's hope that's all it is. Colds can so quickly turn into something worse.
You don't have to tell me.
Especially in elderly people.
Oh, Mother.
Or people like Clare who are delicate.
Come in, Claire.
Oh, hello, Mummy.
Hello, Claire.
Hi, Granny.
Oh, I thought I'd get up for a little while. You feeling better?
Oh, no, not really. I just thought I'd come and see how you are.
Well, as it happens, I am feeling terminally awful, and I think my only chance of survival is to be left on my own to go to sleep.
Oh, dear.
Now, you're being a bit melodramatic, Sarah. You've only got a cold, after all.
I thought you said it was more than a cold.
Well, mine might be, and Clare's could well be, but I don't think yours is, dear.
Thank you. Listen, you don't normally get 3 days of continuous splitting headache with an ordinary cold.
Oh, headaches. Don't talk to me about headaches. Do you know, my head feels as though it had been split down the middle and somebody was grinding the two halves together.
Oh, I know what you mean, and mine feels as if it's being pounded by a steam hammer.
I wish it was.
What?
And then there's the sore throat.
Oh, and the earache.
Not to mention the chapped
And the
lips.
dizziness.
I don't think I've ever felt so ill.
No, nor have I. I feel like death.
All right, I surrender. You have hijacked my cold, you have hijacked my symptoms. Listen, I don't care. Illness isn't competitive. I don't care which one of us feels lousy. All I know is that I feel lousy and I just want to be left alone.
Very well, dear. If that's how you feel, I'll go back to bed and sweat it out on my own. I just thought you might appreciate my taking an interest in how you were feeling, but if not, never mind, Sarah.
Well, I'll go too if I'm in the way. I've got to start getting dressed anyhow.
Getting dressed? What for?
It's Gary's party tonight.
Claire, if you're feeling like death, if you're too ill to go
Oh,
into work...
come on, Mummy. Now we've got to make an effort, haven't we?
Good morning, Sarah, dear. I just came up to see if you were feeling any better.
No, I'm afraid not. Still, I'm just off down to the surgery to find out if there's any actual reason why I feel so ghastly.
Yes, dear, well, I hope they can do something for you.
And are you feeling any better this morning?
I wouldn't say that, I'm afraid. No, I was just thinking how easily in elderly people a cold can turn into something more serious.
Well, Mother, if you're worried, would you like me to make an appointment for you when I'm down at the surgery?
Oh, that would be kind, dear. How soon do you think that'll be?
Well, they're rather busy at the moment. A couple of days, I should think.
Oh, dear. In a couple of days, anything might have happened.
Yes, you might have got better.
I didn't mean that, Sarah.
No. You sure you're all right?
Yes, dear. Fine. After all, it's not as if I haven't led a full life.
Mother!
I've achieved most things I wanted out of life.
Look.
No, I can't complain, really.
All right, Mother, you have the bloody appointment. I will book another for myself.
Oh, Sarah, really? 9:15, wasn't it? If I get dressed straight away, I should be just right for time.
Morning, Mummy.
Hello, love, how are you?
Oh, dreadful. I've had a complete relapse.
Well, considering I heard you come in at 3:30 this morning from Gary's party, I'm hardly surprised.
I don't think that's got anything to do with it.
No, you wouldn't.
Oh, since you just put the kettle on, could you do me another lemon and honey? Oh, and if you're going shopping, I'm out of tissues. I've just got to slump back into bed.
What did you ask me to get you, Claire?
Lemon and honey.
Well, if you want some, you get it yourself.
What?
Listen, I'm quite prepared to look after you, so long as you look after yourself, but I'm not in the business of curing hangovers.
It isn't a hangover. Well, not just a hangover. I feel...
I don't care how you feel. I suddenly don't care how anybody feels but me, and I know that I feel ghastly. So from now on, you can look after yourself.
Well, where are you going?
I'm going to work. It's the only place I can get any peace.
I thought it as well to come along, Doctor. One does hear of such horrible cases with elderly people, and I thought if anything did happen to me, and you had just checked me over, then of course it couldn't be put down to your professional negligence.
Very thoughtful, Mrs. Prescott. But shall we face that problem when it arises? Which, I must say, from your general state of health, is going to be a long, long time in the future.
Oh.
Right, let's just look inside your mouth, see how the throat is.
Oh, yes, I've always been a martyr to throats, you know. As a small child, I was once so ill, my parents
Mrs. Prescott, it would be easier for me to see inside your mouth if you stopped talking for a moment.
Oh, yes, right.
Ah.
What do you think?
I beg your pardon?
I said, what can you see?
Well, nothing I wouldn't expect to see down a human throat, Mrs. Prescott.
No infection.
No.
And my chest was all right.
Sound as a drum, and your ears are fine too.
Oh. So what do you think I've got?
I think you've got a cold.
What? But surely some special sort of cold. I mean, it must have another name.
Oh, it has a fuller name, certainly.
Oh, good. What?
The common cold.
Oh, dear.
Yes, Mrs. Prescott, for the past couple of days, you have been suffering from the common cold.
Oh, come on, young man. You can do better than that.
Well, I still don't think you should have come in this morning.
Honestly, Russell, compared to home, just being here is like a rest cure. I mean, you're not going to be asking me to make you hot lemon and honey every 10 minutes, are you?
No. Maybe I should make you up a bed in the reference section out of old Encyclopedia Britannicas.
Nice idea, but don't worry, I'll stagger on.
So, didn't manage to book your illness in after all?
Well, I did, but then it got double booked by Mother and Clare, and I'm afraid I had to cancel.
I do think they've been incredibly selfish.
Oh, everybody's selfish when they get ill.
But they... Oh, I don't believe it. Must be something to do with the socket.
Sir,
Mother!
I was amazed to see you in here as I walked past. You should be at home.
Oh, I'm not that ill.
I didn't mean that, Sarah. I meant you should be at home to look after me.
Oh, really?
What did the doctor say, Eleanor?
Oh, hello, Russell. Well, he thinks the long-term prospects are not unhopeful, if I can get through the next couple of weeks.
I see. Did he actually say what you've got?
Oh, yes. Yes, he was a bit unwilling to spell it out at first, but I ordered him to tell me the worst. I'd much rather know, you know.
And what is it?
Well, he said, Russell, that I'd got
Yes?
a community virus. No, dear, I'm afraid I still feel extremely unwell. I know you don't take it seriously.
All right, Mother, you go to bed. I dare say you feel well enough for a little lunch, do you?
Oh, just something light. I've hardly any appetite at all. A spot of scrambled egg, perhaps, and half a slice of toast, and maybe the odd rasher of bacon.
Perhaps some grilled tomatoes and mushrooms and some fried potatoes.
Well, yes, that would be nice.
Yes, all right, you go to bed, I'll get your lunch. And no doubt get Clare's lunch.
I've got it! Fun!
What? A gourmet weekend for two?
Yes, isn't it marvellous?
Yes, Clare, that is absolutely marvellous.
Bye, Mummy. I hope you don't mind us going.
Mind is the best thing that's happened to me this year.